Changes in a species' environment forces a species to adapt to fit in a new environment and survive. But what happens if a species fails to adapt to the abrupt changes? What extinctions mean for biodiversity and humanity? Good day, Sci-Amazing learners! Welcome to Science 9! I am Teacher Julie, your learning facilitator for this session. Keep watching this video to learn about species extinction and adaptation. Right here on your favorite classroom and TV, this is the Red List of IUCN, or International Union for Conservation of Nature, is a critical indicator of the health of the world's biodiversity. To date, more than 134,400 species have been assessed for the Red List. According to IUCN, 28% or more than 37,400 of these are at the brink of extinction. Grade 9 Sci-Amazing learners, after going through this session, you are expected to relate species extinction to the failure of population of organisms to adapt to the abrupt changes in the environment. In relation to this, we will discuss the different factors that affect species extinction. Prepare your module, pen, and paper. Make sure everything is ready. Let's begin! Examine the pictures you see on screen. What do you see in picture A? Correct! It's Tubataha Reef Marine Park. How about picture B? What does it show? You got it right! Picture B shows a coconut plantation. Which of the two communities shows many different kinds of species? Which do you think can withstand abrupt environmental changes? Why? Take note, communities with many different species have high index of diversity. They will be able to withstand environmental changes better than communities with only few species that are considered to have a low index of diversity. Species diversity is essential in maintaining ecological balance. Each species has a role in the ecosystem. Do you still remember what biodiversity means? And what is its importance? Biodiversity describes the enormous variety of life on Earth, referring to thousands of different habitats, millions of varied species, billions of individuals, and trillions of unique characteristics they all have. The total biodiversity of our planet is immense. The greater the biodiversity, the more secure all life on Earth is. Many species provide important benefits to humans, including food, clothing, and medicine. Much of the Earth's biodiversity, however, is now in jeopardy due to human consumption and other activities that disturb and even destroy ecosystems. These threats have caused an unprecedented rise in the rate of species extinction. For your first activity, answer a photo collage quiz. On screen, you will see a set of photos depicting some of the causes of species extinction. Identify which cause of extinction matches each group. Pick the answer from the box. Let's start! Number 1. The correct answer is overfishing. Number 2. The correct answer is pollution. Number 3. The correct answer is illegal logging. Number 4. The correct answer is hunting and poaching. And number 5. The correct answer is introduction of invasive species. Were you able to get 5 correct answers? If yes, great! If not, don't worry. Just do your best in the next activities. Did you know that in the Philippines, there are animals that existed long before we lived? Yes, like the Philippine rhinoceros, stegodons, and dwarf buffaloes. These are some of the animals that are already extinct. What is extinction? And what are the factors that cause the failure of some species to adapt to the abrupt environmental changes? Sigh, amazing learners! Let's have a game! This game is called Brainy Sigh Terms. All these terms relate to our topic, species extinction and adaptation. Analyze the terms that are being described or defined. Then, fill in the missing letters in each set to complete the word. Pick up your pen and paper. Ready thinking? Here is number 1. A place where an organism or a community of organisms lives, including all living and non-living factors or conditions of the surrounding environment. This term has 7 letters that starts with letter H and ends with letter T. If you answered habitat, then you are correct. Number 2 refers to a group of living organisms consisting of similar individuals capable of exchanging genes or interbreeding. The term has 7 letters that starts and ends with letter S. Correct! Species is the answer. Number 3 refers to the number of organisms of same species that live in a particular geographic area and with capability of interbreeding. The term has 10 letters that starts with letter P and ends with letter N. You got it right. It's population. Number 4 occurs when the last member of the species dies. The term has 10 letters that starts with letter E and ends with letter N. Did you get it right? Good job! The answer is extinction. And number 5, an heritable trait or change in the structure or behavior of a species which helps it to become better fitted to survive and reproduce in its environment. The term has 10 letters that starts with letter A and ends with letter N. What is the term? Brilliant! It's adaptation. Good job, Sci-Amazing learners! Always keep in mind all the terms you learned. What will happen to animals that are driven away from their natural habitats? Threatened. When the population of a species begins declining rapidly, the species is said to be a threatened species. Endangered. A species is endangered when its population is so low that it is nearly extinct. Here are some species endemic to the Philippines that are considered critically endangered. Philippine crocodile, Philippine eagle, tamaraw, wild pig or baboy damo, and Philippine forest turtle. Extinction is the dying out or extermination of a species. It occurs when the last member of a species dies due to human and environmental factors, or because of evolutionary changes in their members. Indeed, current rates of human-induced extinctions are estimated to be about 1,000 times greater than past natural rates of extinction. This high extinction rate is largely due to the exponential growth in human numbers. Growing from about 1 billion in 1850, the world's population reached 2 billion in 1930. And more than 7.8 billion in 2020, and is expected to reach about 10 billion by 2050. As a result of increasing human populations, habitat loss is the greatest factor in current levels of extinction. In 2020, several ecological studies had reported dramatic decreases in wildlife population worldwide and increases in the numbers of threatened and endangered species, especially among terrestrial mammals and vertebrates. Adaptation is the adjustment of organisms to their environment in order to improve their chances at survival in that environment. Refers to the heritable trait or change in the structure or behavior of a species which helps it to become better fitted to survive and reproduce in its environment. Adaptations occur due to a change in mutation in a gene. Species with a more varied set of genes to begin with are likely to have a better basis for adaptation. Species living in restricted environments, such as the tropics, may lack adequate variation in their genes and be unable to adapt to climate or environmental changes. Animals can react to climate change in three ways. They can move, adapt, or die. Changes to habitats push many other species to the brink of extinction. Human actions have resulted in habitat loss and degradation, causing replacement of communities or development of a new environment, which accelerated the rate of extinction where species fail to adapt and survive. What are the causes of species extinctions? Habitat loss happens when a natural habitat is functionally unable to support the species present. This can be caused by human activities or ecosystem nutrient depletion. Humans rely on technology to modify their environment and replace certain functions that were once performed by the natural ecosystem. Other species cannot do this. Abrupt changes to their ecosystems, whether it is a forest, a desert, a grassland, a freshwater estuary, or a marine environment, will kill the individuals within most species. Remove the entire habitat within the range of a species, and unless they are one of the few species that do well in human-built environments, the species will become extinct. Human destruction of habitats has accelerated greatly in the latter half of the 20th century. Natural habitats are often destroyed through human activities for the purpose of harvesting natural resources for industry production and urbanization. Clearing habitats for agriculture, for example, is the principal cause of habitat destruction. Other causes of habitat destruction include mining, logging, and urban sprawl. Habitat destruction is currently ranked as the primary cause of species extinction worldwide. The forests are being removed for their timber and to clear space for plantations of palm oil, an oil used worldwide for many items, such as food products, cosmetics, and biodiesel. Climate change, specifically the anthropogenic or caused by human activities, is also recognized as a major extinction threat, particularly when combined with other threats such as habitat loss. Scientists do agree that climate change alters regional climates, including rainfall and snowfall patterns, making habitats less hospitable to the species living in them. Global warming will raise ocean levels due to gradual glacial melting and greater volume of warmer water. As temperatures rise in the Arctic, shorelines will be inundated, reducing island size, which will have an effect on many species. A number of islands will disappear entirely. This could result in an overabundance of salt water and a shortage of fresh water. Additionally, polar bears are also losing their food source. They are often unable to find the sea ice they used to hunt seals from, so many are starving to death. Pollution. According to the American Heritage Science Dictionary, pollution is defined as the contamination of air, water, or soil by substances that are harmful to living organisms. Humans are obviously affected by pollution, as seen by disease like asthma or cancer. But animals are victim to its effects too. Many species have experienced pollution events that have caused death or a threat to their habitat. Some species have been pushed to extinction. Both direct and indirect pollution affect wildlife. Indirect pollution threatens the habitat of animals. Destruction of the ozone, global warming conditions, and the infringement on habitat from solid waste facilities all impact animals. Direct pollution is more readily studied. In this case, animals and their habitats are significantly impacted by toxic pollutants. The most common are synthetic chemicals, oil, toxic metals, and acid rain. Over-harvesting is also called overexploitation. Refers to harvesting of renewable or natural resources such as wild medicinal plants, grazing pastures, game animals, fish stocks, forests, and water aquifers. Over-harvesting these resources for extended periods of time can result to depletion to the point where they are unable to recover within a short time frame. Exponential increase in human population, expanding markets, and increasing demand, combined with improved access and techniques for capture, are causing the exploitation of many species beyond sustainable levels. Over-harvesting can lead to extinction at the population level and even extinction of whole species. Introduction of invasive species. Invasive species introduced into foreign ecosystems can threaten native species through competition for resources, predation, and disease. Invasive species are those that have been intentionally or unintentionally introduced by humans into an ecosystem in which they did not evolve. Invasive species that are closely related to rare native species have the potential to hybridize with a native species. Harmful effects of hybridization have led to a decline and even extinction of native species. Hi, amazing learners! How are you doing so far? Gear up to apply what you have learned from our discussion. Answer a fishbone diagram that will show cause and effect relationship of human activities to species extinction. You have 20 seconds to answer this task. what is your score? If you got 5, very good. Keep it up. 4 to 3, you are good. 2 and down, study more. How can we as planetary stewards take an active role in saving species from extinction? Help share your advocacy by creating a slogan or poster with the theme "Take Action to Stop Extinction." You can share these on social media and use hashtag #TakeActionToStopExtinction. Today, we learned about species extinction and adaptation, and the factors that affect species extinction. You can view this video and more through our YouTube channel. Search Aral TV Deped Leyte. Click like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified of the newest uploads. I hope you had fun learning with me, where science is made easy with Teacher Julie. Goodbye!